Welcome everyone to the 20th Annual Ashland Independent Film Festival Award celebration. I'm Bruce Campbell and I'm honored to be hosting this event for the second year. Hold on, wait a second. Oh, they didn't ask me back to host this year, sorry. I read that wrong. Well, this is embarrassing. AIFF, in spite of your rudeness, I'm very honored to have been presented with your Rogue Award way back in 2007. That was only 14 years ago. Regardless, I'm very proud and impressed by all you've done to support our thriving community of Southern Oregon filmmakers these past 20 years. Happy anniversary, and good luck finding a cheaper host. Ho-ho!
Richard, I can't believe that you didn't ask Bruce Campbell back to host our awards ceremony.
Candace, AIFF is 20 years old. It's time we proved we can make it on our own without Bruce Campbell's star power. Anyway, anybody can host an awards show. You don't need any special talents. Anybody can do it. Even this guy. Yeah, come on. You can do it. Yes. You're going to be our host. I want you to go out there and host this show. Wait, not that way.
All right.
Yeah.
We are so honored to be here on award night. So many amazing movies. Oh my God, Don't get me started. We're so excited because we have our dear friend Phoenix Sigalov with us tonight.
Woo! Yes.
Of course, along with this beautiful human being that is my wife, Ingrid Jorgensen.
And this beautiful human being, Jeff Pivar.
Aw. We're gonna start with a Beatles tune just to kind of bring us all together. And my friend Steve Amity is playing percussion on this, although he couldn't be here, so he's in my little looper pedal. And this is, oh, you'll recognize this. Here we go.
Here come on flat top, he come grooving up slowly. He got juju eyeball, he won't holy roller. He got hair down to his knees. Got to be a joker, he just do what he please. He wear no shoe shine, he got toe jam football, he got monkey finger, he shoot Coca-Cola, he say got to be free. Come together right now over me. Production. He got Walrus Gumbo. He got Oh No Sideboard. He won't Spinal Cracker. He got feet down below his knees. Hold you in his armchair. You can feel his disease. Come together right now over me.
Tell you about it.
He got early warning. He got muddy water. He said mojo filter. He said 1 and 1 and 1 is 3. Got to be good looking 'cause it's so hard to see. Come together right now over me. Together, yeah. Come together, yeah. Come together, right. Come together, yeah. Come together, oh yeah. Come together.
Don't you know me, Kansas City? I'm the new Berlin Wall. Try to tear me down. I was born on the other side of the town ripped in two. I made it over the Great Divide. Now I'm coming for you. Enemies and adversaries, they try and tear me down. You want me, baby, I dare you, but try and tear me down. I rose from my foot, the doctor slab, like Lazarus from the pit. Now everyone wanna take a step to grave me, blood your feet and spit. Enemies, adversaries, they try and tear me down. You want me, baby, I dare you,
Hi, I'm Todd Haynes. 30 years ago this year, Christine and I premiered what would be her first producerial effort as a feature film and my first directorial effort, the movie Poison. And that was the beginning of a collaboration that has endured ever since. And what began as a collaboration between the two of us in terms of feature filmmaking, obviously has expanded into the most remarkable career that Christine, along with Pam Koffler at Killer, have expanded into this amazing body of work. It's with great, pride and joy that I commend the Ashland Film Festival and this Pride Award for Christine. Feminist icon, lesbian pinup, unsinkable, my partner, my creative partner, but my dear, fantastic friend. Congratulations.
Hello, I am B. Ruby Rich, and it is my great pleasure to be commending Christine Vachon to you as the recipient of this year's Pride Award from the Ashland Film Festival. I can't think who could deserve it more. Without Christine Vachon, there would be no queer cinema. I think that she's been absolutely instrumental in the 30 years since she started out as a producer of independent feature films. She has made too many to count. I think more than 75 features. I don't know how many episodes. She is prolific as a producer, but her standards never waver. She never lowers the boom. She never lowers her standards. She never stoops to conquer. She jumps to conquer. She is our Selznick. She is the person that makes American independent film what it is today. And I am eternally grateful to you, Christine, for making the kinds of films that I love to watch. The films that matter, the films that have passion, the films that have an ethics and a morality and fight for the underdog and say what they have to say with so much style and so much intelligence and a bit of swagger and a lot of polish. And I always go to any film with your name on it, and very, very rarely am I disappointed. And if I ever am, I don't dare say so. Christine Vachon, the world of film viewers thanks you, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Congratulations.
On behalf of AIFF, I have the great pleasure of presenting the Pride Award to this year's awardee, Christine Vachon. And Christine has had a breadth of experience and a breadth of production of movies that ranges all the way from one of my very first movies, Go Fish, all the way to another one of my very, very favorite movies, which is Hedwig and the Angry Inch. And we can look forward to seeing much more of Christine on both what we call now the small screen, in terms of a documentary that she's producing on gay and lesbian history, all the way to a film about the Velvet Underground, A Walk on the Wild Side, I don't think is its title, but it should be. And her, as I said, her breadth is just absolutely incredible. And it is my great pleasure to give this Pride Award to Christine Vachon on behalf of AIFF.
Thank you. Well, this is my first virtual award. So this is when I should be like walking across the stage, giving you a hug, grabbing the award, holding it up, and, then making a little speech. And so I'm going to do my best. It's, this is really an honor. And And, obviously, thank you so much to the Ashland Independent Film Festival. But thank you, Emily. This was a wonderful conversation to have with you. And just, to talk, to spend a few minutes talking about, how we got here, and also I'm incredibly grateful to both Todd Haynes and B. Ruby Rich, and, all my other colleagues at Killer Films, including my longtime partner, Pam Koffler, and my longtime life partner, Marlene McCarty. One of the great things about talking to you, Emily, was talking about the future and what's around the corner for our kind of filmmaking. And I guess at the end of the day, what I would really love is to say, we've all had a year of, unintended reflection or forced reflection. We've all watched a lot of movies, television. We've all, watched a lot of content. And I have so much respect for up and coming storytellers and filmmakers, especially the ones coming out of the LGBTQ community who are figuring out different ways to tell their stories, to make an impact, to find a way to get their stories out there. So I really want to dedicate this award to them. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
¿Te amaneció la bici? Ya sé, yo la miré. Se la miré a Santa Claus cuando la llevaba arriba. Era mi papá, yo la miré. Y yo me estaba haciendo la dormida y la miré con unos ojos de... Ay, mentira. Santa Claus ya existe.
Hi, everybody. My name is Dan Blue, and I'm the secretary for the James and Richard Blue Foundation. I'm here to award Bruno Santamaria the Ashland Independent Film Festival 2021 James Blue Award for Emerging Filmmakers. This award is given to a filmmaker whose first or second documentary or narrative feature exemplifies the values of Oregon's documentary filmmaker, director, and educator, James Blue, whose work addressed complex issues of social justice and social political change. The award was funded through the James and Richard Blue Foundation, doing business as the James Blue Alliance. So James Blue, my uncle, was known internationally for being a groundbreaking filmmaker and documentarian, as well as an educator, an actor, an avid film historian, and an advocate of experimentation in the nonfiction form. James Blue influenced a generation of media makers and worked tirelessly to promote the craft of telling true stories with moving images. James Blue made documentary and fiction films throughout his life and across the globe. His first documentary and feature-length nonfiction films were made in Algiers during the War of the Algerian Independence. He used both professional and untrained actors in a highly realistic presentational style. He went on to make other important films, including Kenya Boran with visual anthropologist and filmmaker David McDougall. Sorry about my dog in the background. The March, about the historic 1963 March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom, and a few notes on our food problem. Bruno, it is such a pleasure to get to virtually hand you the James Blue Award this year. Your film, Cosas que no hacemos, Things We Dare Not Do, is incredibly moving in its simplicity and its intimate portrayal of a young Mexican named Dayanara seeking to live her true identity in a space that wasn't very welcoming and overshadowed by machismo. In your film, I saw many correlations to my uncle's approach to documentary filmmaking. The long visual sequences, using movement to express emotion, and of course, the personal connection you have with Dayanara, her family, and the village. In an interview with James Kleinman of the Queer Review, you said, everyone making a documentary builds fiction into the middle of reality. You change sequences and you ask things. But for me, it's important not to forget that you're actively making a documentary. You're filming in a place. It's like what you're seeing is a mix of two worlds, of two people, of two thoughts. And I like to see that when I'm watching a film. So I think this is exactly how my uncle approached his filmmaking. He put himself into so much of his work in similar ways, storytelling for him in collaboration with the real lives of the subjects of his film. Thank you for bravely taking on difficult topics in your films and also finding courage in yourself through your relationship with Dayanara, or Nono in the film, and finding your own path. The James Blue Alliance is pleased to convey this award to you, as well as a small contribution to your practice of documentary filmmaking. Congratulations, Bruno. Keep making beautiful art. Here's your award.
Well, thank you very much. Now, I prepared some words, but listening to you, I felt very moved. So I wanted to tell shortly something improvisation about what I am feeling and thinking, because first of all, I agree with the things that you said about the film, and I feel very happy that you saw that in our film. But all the process we did during these 5 years we were living in this town were not just about making a movie. We were working with all the kids, giving lessons of video, showing videos. We did some like a video club, showing movies all night. So we did, all the team, we did a very deep relation with the whole town. And when I saw the movies of James Blue and I read about him, I feel this like a match in some way about touching and allowing touch people to us, and that I think is in the movie, and that is the way I would like to work all my life. I think it's the way to not just see things and film it, live it, and live the things is better for the movies and for life. And in that way, I am so honored to receive the James Blue Award from you, to listen to you, because of that, because we were not just making a movie, we were living a lot of things, and we were so moved, all the team. But first of all, Dayanara, who during this process, I understood she in some way emancipate herself as a woman, and I'm not sure how it could happen without also the movie. I know that when we arrived to this place, we met each other, and because of a lot of conversations and we share dreams and a lot of situations, things happen in us, in Dayanara and in me, and in some way it changed our life. And because of that, I'm so happy to listen to you. And again, thank you very much for the word that you said, and of course, because of the award.
Thank you, Bruno. It is a wonderful piece, and keep making amazing films. You have real talent, and I'm just really super excited to get to be part of this process and award the award to you. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
glasses on as I wear a silly grin. Victory today is mine. Was it spring? And spring became summer.
Look away.
No.
He wants coffee.
Danny, talk to me about rats. No, look at it.
Well, I have the great privilege now to present this year's Rogue Award from the Ashland Independent Film Festival to a marvelous movie maker. He is best known as an actor. You've seen him in Selma and The Paperboy and Lee Daniels the Butler and The Queen of Katwe and on and on and on. And you have been won over by those roles. He's also taken on the role of director now with The Waterman, which opened the Ashland Independent Film Festival this year and shows us a promising career ahead in that realm too. And frankly, as significantly as a producer, he has really championed the work of many talented movie makers who may not have had their work seen otherwise. I'm grateful to that. In fact, Five Nights in Maine played at the Ashland Independent Film Festival back in 2016 and was a crowd favorite. So with all that said, it is our pleasure to present the Rogue Award, which is named because Ashland is in the Rogue Valley, not because you're a little mischievous scamp. The Rogue Award, which recognizes an artist who is mid-career, having shown their talents already, but promising so much to come. Congratulations, David Oyelowo.
Thank you, Warren. I really am so grateful for this. We had the most extraordinary time making this film in Oregon, all over Oregon, both in Portland and in the surrounding areas. I want to thank Oregon Film for just being so gracious, so kind, so welcoming to us, so user-friendly to us as well. Thank you, Richard and Erica, as well, and Tim Williams also for this award. And thank you to the Ashland Film Festival for, yet again, you mentioned Five Nights in Maine, but now with my directorial debut, for just, celebrating me, welcoming me and my film and my films with open arms. So thank you all for this honor. And I look forward to being in your midst again soon. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Hassani Mustafa, and I am a filmmaker who was lucky enough to have my feature film, Takeout Girls, screen at Ashland Film Festival 2020. And this year, I was a member of the Narrative Shorts jury, along with Kakaldi Myers, Film Festival professional Nicole Guillemette, and Outsider Pictures distributor Paul Hudson. The first award our jury gave out is a special recognition for the narrative short Guide On by Paige Compton. This is a powerful short which threads out the possibility of individuality and its pursuit within the collective demands of the military. The intimate and unique exploration of gender, military honor, family tradition, and personal ambition is all the more impressive given the stoic, minimalistic, and laconic qualities of this film. The cinematography, the acting, and the pacing of the short are all purposeful and intentional, giving us 16 minutes of well-realized narrative imbued with emotion, tenderness, and a message which speaks to the possibility of determination. The jury is proud to bestow our special recognition to Guide On. Now for our award for Best Narrative Short. It was a joy to watch each short film at this year's festival, but it was a privilege to explore each film's thematic meaning and eventually discover a call to action hidden within the intricate layers of each filmmaker's work. We commend each filmmaker for creating projects that are equal parts entertaining and socially responsible. That being the case, we found one film that stood apart. With gorgeous cinematography, well-paced editing, and an on-screen duo you can't take your eyes off of, Feeling Through delivered a sobering fairy tale about perspective in which we walk in the shoes of a homeless New York teen. Eventually, like our protagonist, we begin to see our circumstances as hopeless until we meet Artie, a deaf/blind man whose life depends on his fellow man's goodwill. At this point, the protagonist and the viewer forget that we are homeless and that we're thirsty because Artie's needs trump our own. We fail to worry about our safety because Artie's vulnerability demands that we put him first. And just like that, the filmmaker masterfully shifts our perspective from that of incapable to completely able. And it's for this heartwarming cinematic gift that we both applaud and award Feeling Through, directed by Doug Rowland, as Best Narrative Short. Congratulations, Doug.
Thank you so much. It's really an honor to receive this award. A huge thank you to the Ashland Independent Film Festival and to the jurors for this award. And I loved what you said, Hassani, earlier in that about the call to action kind of like hidden in the or like buried into the narrative of the film. For this, we've been really fortunate this was a film that was made in partnership with the Helen Keller National Center alongside the deafblind community. And it's been a great opportunity to share a film that's first and foremost about the power of human connection, despite whatever differences we might have, but also a wonderful opportunity to introduce people, a lot of people who are maybe not familiar with the deafblind community, to this beautiful community that's been a huge part of my life since the chance encounter I had years ago that inspired this film, and over the last few years of working alongside the community to make this film. So it's really been an honor to share this film, and we're really, really thrilled to receive this award today.
And if you had one reason, if you could narrow it down to one reason why someone should watch this short, what would it be?
I think the one reason why someone should watch Feeling Through is because it's an opportunity to be reminded of that which connects us runs much deeper than whatever differences we might see. And I think that's something that is always relevant, but I think very relevant in the time that we're living in right now, in a time that's seen some real challenges and some real atrocities at the hands of what we perceive to be differences and hard lines drawn in the sand, and the inability to communicate and build bridges, that I think the reminder that there is something much deeper and resonant that connects us is something that I think is important to be reminded of.
Thank you, Doug. I really appreciate your time, and congratulations again.
Thank you. It's an honor. I appreciate it.
Hi there, my name is Bart Weiss. I'm the founder and director of the Dallas Video Festival. I was really lucky to be a member of the documentary shorts jury. My fellow jurors were Michael Tuckman, the film distributor, and Luz Carraza, the filmmaker who won last year's documentary shorts program with her film called Giants. Our jury gave out 2 awards. One special jury recognition to the documentary short, The Seeker by Lance Edmonds. Here's what our jury had to say. The Seeker by Lance Edmonds is a poetic cinematic portrait of Kenneth Coop, a man who was brought up in the Amish tradition but has lost his faith and become an atheist. This film takes its time to let us feel his struggle, and it has stunning photography, and it takes us through the different seasons of this character's simple and hardworking farm life. It deserves accolades for its beauty and its powerful message on the importance and necessity of critical thought. But now for our award for the best documentary short, which has $1,000 cash prize. The best short, which by the way, we all loved this on the jury. It was like totally everybody loved this. The best short documentary goes to Meltdown in Dixie by Emily Harold. This film goes beyond the headlines of a story of a small town in South Carolina where the sons of Confederate veterans have forced an ice cream shop owner to fly a large Confederate flag. We see these headlines all too often. This film gives us a deeper insight because Ms. Harold spent the time to get the real access to the key players. This film is an example of how documentary film can flesh out our understanding of current events in a way that the daily news cannot. Congratulations, Emily. Thank you so much, and congratulations for this incredibly great cash award, and thank you so much for making this film.
Yeah, thank you so much. On behalf of the entire team of Meltdown in Dixie, I'm super, super excited to accept this award. We're really excited to get to play the film with Ashland this year and attend the festival virtually. And I want to just give a few special shout outs if that's okay. I want to thank Dara and Jed Canty, who are my executive producers, who've believed in me and this project from the get-go. And I'm also super grateful to Topic, and especially Mahalia, for seeing promise in this project even before we started editing the film. And then also South Carolina Humanities. Thank you guys so much for supporting the project. As you can tell, indie doc filmmaking is a team effort. So I'm really thrilled to get to, accept this, yes, on my behalf, but also on behalf of everybody that helped make this film possible. So we're really excited. Thank you so much.
One of the things that makes this film so wonderful is the access you had to all of the players. How did you gain their trust, particularly, the Confederate veterans? You would think that they would be a little nervous about talking, but you really got to spend time with them and let them tell their story.
Going into this, I knew that, we could tell this story from the side of the ice cream shop owner, and it would still be an interesting film. But especially in the wake of, the 2016 elections, I was really aware that we as a society exist in bubbles and in echo chambers. And I didn't want to make a film that would just preach to the choir. So on a whim, I reached out to the Sons of Confederate Veterans, and I had no idea what to expect. But 2 days later, I got a phone call, and it was Buzz. And I told him what I was doing. And I think he was really motivated because often, like you said, the Sons of Confederate Veterans don't speak publicly. And so they've been painted in a very specific light. And I don't think they like the fact that they have been voiceless by choice, but they've been voiceless. And so I think Buzz saw this as a chance to present how he looks at the issues. And for me, this is an issue that's been going on for hundreds of years in our country. And so I thought, okay, if he's willing to talk, then I need to be willing to listen. And so that, led to what the film is today.
Thank you so much for letting this festival show your film, and congratulations. And I hope this money goes to pay off some of the debts that this film incurred, because I'm sure there are many still around.
Yes, there is a lot of credit card debt still to pay off, but that's part of the indie filmmaking game.
Absolutely.
I'm Kate McEdwards, and I'm a member of the narrative feature jury alongside filmmaker Peter Lee, director of the AIFF 2020 film, Happy Cleaners. Our jury's first award of the night is special jury recognition for narrative feature direction and cinematography, given to Everything in the End, directed by Melissa Fitzsimmons and produced by Brendan Hubbard. We consider this film to be a true discovery, with an expertly crafted atmosphere that feels almost meditative in its approach. A perfect reflection of the current mood of 2021, as it softly encourages you to live every moment in the present. Congratulations, Melissa and Brendan.
Thank you. I can say honestly, on behalf of myself and everybody else on the team, thank you very much. We're very appreciative. Thank you to Ashland Independent Film Festival and for the jury for recognizing our quiet little short indie film. So thank you very much.
Thank you guys. This is really awesome. Melissa and I have been to Ashland a few times in our short little small indie film career, so it's really nice to make it back virtually and accept the award. And obviously big thanks to our Icelandic team, all 2 of them, and the other 5 people that shot this film in 9 days with us in Iceland. So very fun time and very much appreciated.
Hello, my name is Peter Lee, and I'm a filmmaker and a member of the narrative feature jury alongside Kate McEdwards. Our jury's second award is a special jury recognition for narrative feature cinematography, and it goes to Sin La Habana. Writer and director Kaveh Nabatian weaves a vibrant story of 3 individuals risking it all for a shot at happiness. Nabatian and cinematographer Juan Pablo Ramirez candidly capture the reality that the characters so desperately fight to escape, evoking deep sympathy and leaving lingering emotions. Congratulations, Kaveh and Juan Pablo.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. This is a strange situation, but I'm so happy that the film is being recognized here. And of course, this is Juan Pablo's award more than it is mine, really. So it was such an honor to work with Juan Pablo. And Juan Pablo is kind of he's going to be making big strides in the world. So I was lucky to get him when I did. But he's still going to do my next movie, right, Juan Pablo?
Yeah, sure. No, thank you so much for the award. I am super happy. I know Kaveh is too, and it's been a pleasure since the very beginning. And I'm extremely happy that the movie is being shown now and it's starting its way into the public's eye. So it's a great honor, and I'm super happy for that.
Our award for Best Narrative Feature goes to Small Time by Niamh Conti. Niamh is undeniably a director to watch, as her vision is at once unflinching and utterly lyrical, forcing the viewer to go beyond a passive state into very actively experiencing every moment of the film. And we would also love to give a very special recognition to the young lead actress, Audrey Grace Marshall, who serves to uplift a very dark story into a place of deep, deep authenticity. Congratulations, Niev.
Thank you so much, Kate and Peter, the jury, for this award. It means so much to us, the entire team. Thank you also to Richard and the programming team for selecting us, and to Ashland for supporting true independent film. It's just so important. I want to shout out to my team. They were so loyal over many years to make this film come to life. To my producer, John Janone, who, without whom this film would definitely not exist. And the cast, of course, who were just so dedicated and craftspeople, and also especially to Audrey Grace Marshall, who at such a young age brought so much truth to every moment in the film. She was just such a beautiful presence to work with. Thank you so much.
I'd love to hear more about how you found Audrey and like what that casting process was like, because honestly, she held it down so hard. Like every moment felt so natural, where she was in the moment emotionally, but at the same time didn't feel like she was overplaying it in any sense. And it was, I think definitely I can speak for Peter in that regard. We were totally blown away by her performance. It's crazy.
Yeah, she's so talented. We actually just put out a casting call, and so we shot over 3 years, and she grows up over the course of the shooting, the different parts of the film. But the first part, she was 7 years old, and it was her very, very first experience on a set. So she was a total newbie. And it was kind of risky maybe to bring her into it, but I could tell that she knew how to be there and listen rather than act.
Right.
So, and I think part of the reason why we continued and broadened this into a longer feature film is because of the beauty of Audrey and just what she brought to it. And we all wanted to see more of her and work with her further and dive into the role more and see what she would do with it.
So this was a short originally.
Yeah.
And it turned into a feature like afterwards, or like as you were doing it, you were like, we're gonna, when did that happen? Was there a completed short first and then you decided to go back and revisit it?
Yeah, there was a completed short, which is the earliest part of the feature. And then we decided, because we liked the short, but it seemed like there was a lot more that could be done with it, we decided to expand into a feature, and we inserted the earliest part of the short into the feature so that she could grow up in between each part.
Amazing. Congratulations again. I loved the film.
Thank you so much.
I'm Deborah Schaefer, a longtime documentary filmmaker, and I'm very pleased to be here as a representative of the documentary feature jury for this year's Ashland Film Festival. I'm here representing myself and my fellow filmmakers, Jesse Alk and Kathy Lee Crane. All three of us had feature films in last year's Ashland Independent Film Festivals, and we were very honored to ask to be the judges this year. So the first award that our jury gave out is a special jury recognition for documentary feature editing. And the recipient of that award is Stalking Chernobyl, Explorations After Apocalypse by Laura Lee. Like a parkour pathway, this wildly careening film ricochets from one place, one argument, one perception to the next, in order to quite neatly introduce its audience to the origins of post-radiation accident tourism. Form and function are in perfect communion as editor Dimo Petkov endeavors to provoke intrigue through a diverse array of material sources, nuclear disaster history, rare archival material, renegade selfies, and even clips from Tarkovsky's namesake film. That this documentary makes such a smooth landing, introducing you to a radical social movement 37 minutes in, is nothing short of a revolution in cinematic story structure. If radiation kills only those afraid of it, so too this tour de force gives life to the post-apocalyptic. Our next award is for Best Documentary Editing, which I'm very pleased to announce has been granted to Los Hermanos, The Brothers, by Marcia Jarmel and Ken Schneider. Los Hermanos is an intimate, joyful celebration of family, love, creativity, and music, played out against the backdrop of more than half a century of strife amongst the world's superpowers. Deftly edited, the film never misses a beat as it weaves the many complex layers of the story of two musical brothers, their families, their divergent trajectories, and the tides of geopolitics. The jury is pleased to name Los Hermanos as the recipient of the award for Best Feature Documentary Editing.
Thank you so much, Deborah, and the Ashland Film Festival. We're delighted to receive this award.
It's very exciting. We spent a long time kind of working out the details of the structure of this film. We had a lot of wonderful material, too much wonderful material to work with. So we're very grateful.
I also want to briefly acknowledge, it is a cliche that it takes a village to make a documentary, but the village sometimes enters the editing room, and I had an excellent collaborator in Bill Weber who really helped save me from myself, and a wonderful associate editor, Daniel Chavez Ontiveros, who also gave us some critical work. And while we were living in Cuba at one point in the editing of this film, we had another wonderful editor, Abel Correa, who took the film when I was unable to cut it because of teaching responsibilities and advanced the film also.
I really admired the editing, especially. I love the film, and I see how much work, as a former editor myself and a filmmaker, I can tell how hard it was to cut this film, because you do have to keep always so many things in balance. You've got two main characters, and then you've got all their families who are also very important, and then you've got two countries and other countries in their past. And how long did you spend? How long did you spend shooting, and how long did you spend editing?
We shot over 18 months, and sometimes it's hard to figure out how many actual days, weeks, or hours you spent in the cutting room because you work in fits and starts, and you're waiting for funding to come through. But I think at one point I figured it was about 8 or 10 months of solid editing work. And one of the things that really helped us bring it together was this sort of overarching concept of the musical suite, because we knew that the music needed to be a character. And so we drew on this idea of a suite, which some great composers, Copland's Appalachian Spring, or Grieg's Peer Gynt, or Holt's The Planets, where there's a series of musical compositions that add up. They're played in a certain order, they add up to a story. And we wanted each musical piece in the film to have a certain character and to be the bed for a part of the brothers' relationship. And that really helped us figure out both which cues to use and how to construct the whole film. Because as you can imagine, as you intimated, Deborah, the film there was a certain sprawl, which we started with. There's the geopolitics, there's the charm of these two brothers,
There's the music.
There's the music. There's Havana. There's New York. There's Detroit. But each sort of scene, each sort of moment has a cue, which really, hopefully, underlies the themes of that scene.
Yeah, I was in Havana myself filming in 2016. So I've been in Havana many times. So
so
the film was also very nostalgic for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
love to hear about your films sometime.
Well, another time, because I think we're probably out of time. But I really want to, congratulate you and thank you. And I see that the film has been winning awards at other festivals, and I wish you all the best with the opening, and we'll be in touch. We'll stay in touch.
I'd like that.
Well, thanks very much for your kind words,
Thanks.
Deborah. Thanks to the Ashland Film Festival, and we wish we could be there in person celebrating with you, but we look forward to seeing more films and seeing you in the virtual parties next week.
Thank you so much for the acknowledgement.
I am Kathy Lee Crane, filmmaker and professor of cinema at Ithaca College. I was honored to be included in last year's film festival here in Ashland, inaugurating their migration series with my last film, Crossing Columbus. Today, I am here to state that I'm a proud member of the documentary feature jury. My fellow jurors were Jesse Alk, director of last year's film Pariah Dog, and Deborah Schaefer, who you all just met. Hi, kind of, Deborah. So I'm here to give out our jury awards for Best Documentary Feature. Our jury gave out 2 awards. The first being a special jury recognition for documentary feature filmmaking to Homeroom, a film by Pete Nix. Captured with a combination of great skill, timing, and sensitivity, this complex and clear-eyed observational portrait of high school students coming of age in 2020 Oakland, California, encapsulates the challenges and opportunities of our times. Finding themselves in the midst of world events and rapid technological change, the young people in this film navigate their way toward adulthood, matched in their earnestness and determination by the filmmakers who follow them. The story of a pivotal time in the lives of these young people evolves into one of the strongest depictions of a historic year. The jury is pleased to award Homeroom a special recognition for documentary feature. And now for our award for Best Documentary Feature, which goes to Missing in Brooks County by Lisa Malamat and Jeff Venus. To be necessary is to step boldly forward. To, as Susan Sontag put it, regard the pain of others. Amidst the chaos of US border policy and anecdotal generalizations about migration across the US-Mexico border, one of the most glaring atrocities of US fencing and policing is the least explored topic, the case of migrants dying in the desert by design. This film does not look away from the corpse. It documents the arduous work of exhuming anonymous graves, tracing remains in the coroner's office, and arrived all the way to the front door of families awaiting relatives who never arrived. Finally, a film connects all of these dots to make perhaps one of the most urgent calls for change to a murderous US immigration policy. Congratulations, Lisa and Jeff.
Thank you, Kathy. It means a great deal to Lisa and I that the jury felt that this topic was worthy of this award. We made the film because we felt that if lawmakers could meet the families of the missing, they would feel differently about the policies that they're creating. And we hope that the movie could be a sort of stand-in for doing that. So thank you very much.
Yeah, we are quite honored. And we're going to be doing a Texas tour with the film in the fall and bring it to communities that need to see it. So that's really important to us. And this prize is really going to help us to be able to do that. So we are thrilled and really deeply, deeply honored.
Yeah, I'm curious, how far back do you go to the fencing under Bush in 2010, which started to really very explicitly send migrants to the harsh desert?
I mean, that's around the time where things in Brooks County started to really get out of control. Isn't that right, Jeff?
Yeah, yeah. The Clinton actually, it's a bipartisan situation,
Oh, yeah.
tragedy. The Clinton administration did a lot to escalate the militarization that is driving people into these remote areas where they're succumbing to exposure. You know, you could even trace some of it back to the 1970s, where they had these Supreme Court rulings that allowed these interior immigration checkpoints. I think a lot of people, myself included, before making this film, don't even know that we have something such as interior checkpoints that are nowhere near the border. But we have over 100 of them across the United States, and 2/3 of the U.S. population live in a checkpoint zone. So we're just hoping that people can, you know, who see the movie can realize that that's the way things are in Brooks County, and that's what's fueling this crisis.
Yeah. I just thought it was really beautifully made, and you know, it's not just an advocacy video. You know, this is a piece that is a story and a journey, and yeah, we were all very moved by it. All members of the jury. So thank you so much for making it. I'm sorry you had to make it.
Yeah, I'm sorry we had to make it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm just a poor boy, though my story's seldom told. I sworn in my resistance for a pocket full of mumbles. Such are promises, all lies and jest. Still a man hears what he wants to hear, disregards the rest. When I left my home and my family, no more than a boy in the company of strangers, the quiet of the railway station, running scared, laying low, seeking out the poorer quarters where the ragged people go, looking for the places only they will know. Lie, 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 lie. La 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 la. Asking only workman's wages, come looking for a job, get no offers, just to come on from the whores on 7th Avenue. Well, I do declare, there were times when I was so lonesome I took some comfort there. La 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 la. I'm laying out my winter clothes, wishing I was home, going home, where the New York City winters are bleeding me, bleeding me. In the clearing stands a boxer, fighter by his trade, and he carries the reminder of every glove that laid him down or cut him till he cried out his anger and his shame. I am leaving, but the fighter still remains, yes, it still remains. La la la, la 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 la. La la la, la la la, la la la. La 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 la, la la la. La la la, la 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 la. La 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 la, la la la. La la la, la 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 la. La 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 la.
Tramp! Listen, Tramp, you did a great job, but you're getting a little carried away.
A little carried away? Bruce Campbell never behaved as foolishly as this clown. Okay, Tramp, maybe we'll invite you back next year, if we can't get Bruce Campbell.
Okay, Candace, let's hope Bruce doesn't hold a grudge and comes back next year. It's time now to give out the audience awards, but first, let's give one last special award, and it's our annual award given to a local filmmaker. The winner of this year's Lee Fuchsman Award is filmmaker Lainey DeKino, and I'm going to call her now and surprise her with it.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello. So, Lainey, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Very good.
So, Lainey, I've got a surprise for you. So, we decided that this year you're going to get the Lee Fuchsman Award for local filmmakers. So, you're the second annual recipient of the award. You know, we created the award last year in honor of Lee Fuchsman. Did you know her?
No.
She was the vice president of Coming Attractions Theaters, and which of course owns the Varsity, and was really our greatest ally, both at Coming Attractions and maybe in the entire city of Ashland. And so we miss her a lot, and just in commemoration of her, we created this award for a local filmmaker. You, of course, I believe, have made more films in this festival in its first 20 years than any other filmmaker. How many films have you had in our festival?
I read from something that was published on the film festival, 15 films.
Yes.
But it might be a little more. We're not sure. It's so fun.
I want to show you what comes with the award. You're going to get this.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so this is the, well, maybe you could tell us what this is, Lainey.
This is the hand-forged award that Denny DeBay, the local blacksmith, has been making since the very first film festival, because Sylvia Medeiros, who was in the first year, talked the first group into having the coolest awards for the festival and not normal, boring awards. So Denny DeBay has all these years made the awards for this film festival, and we made a little film for it. And then we did a tiny presentation at the film festival gala event, and Denny DeBay was in a tux, and he presented an award that year. And that was finally him getting some acknowledgement for being the, you know, the festival blacksmith.
That's right.
Beautiful.
And you
Beautiful.
made the film about Denny DeBay.
That's right. That's
real-
right. What an honor. And it really, I think really shows how much time and energy and artistic temperament he puts into each of these awards every year. Yep.
And really, and you too, Lainey. I mean, because the variety of films that you've made, I should mention that you make professional promotional films you've done many films for the Oregon Shakespeare Festival, and you recently made one for the Rogue Valley Symphony, and
That's right.
is kicking off our live festival in June. You know, I love the way that side by side with these films you've made professionally, that you've made these personal films that really are just so filled with the spirit of Ashland, often casting your friends and some of the most talented actors in this area. And we got to do a retrospective of them during the festival, our 20th year. That I'm very happy about that, and that we can also present you with this award.
Thank you.
Congratulations again, Lainey.
Oh, I'm so honored. Thank you to the film festival for all of the beautiful support, but also deadlines. Every year there's deadlines. My December has always been full of making sure I get to that deadline. So thank you very much. Thanks, Richard, for holding up all the local filmmakers. And it really does matter. And I do think that we've all risen our game up over all these years. Ashland is a pretty special place because of all of that culture we get to share. Thank you. It's such an honor.
I feel very privileged to be able to take raw material and to create a piece of art in the shape of a film that represents the filmmaker's work as I chink, chink, chink with the heartbeat of the blacksmithing, chink, chink, chink. Each cog, I feel like I'm making my own film as they've made their film, and that we're both making lasting contributions to the society and the world in which we live.
Voila!
We're finally ready for the audience awards, and joining me now is our executive director, Erica Thompson. Welcome, Erica.
Thanks, Richard. So throughout the virtual festival, audience members have had an opportunity to vote for films as they watch them on a 1 through 5 rating scale, 1 through 5 stars. And so we've tallied up all those votes and determined who our audience award winners are in each category. First, we're going to be announcing the audience award recipient for Best Narrative Short. And our winner in this category is Shoal. We have Thomas Bernstein here joining us all the way from Denmark. Would you like to say a few words?
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm super honored to receive this award, and it's been an absolute pleasure being at Ashland Independent Film Festival. I've enjoyed it. I've watched a lot of the other films, and it's been a real pleasure. I enjoyed especially the Q&A session we had on the Outsider section. So I'm deeply honored, and especially this being an audience awards, I appreciate that a lot. I have to thank my brilliant team, of course, that was behind the film. My producer, Jamie McDonald, the writers, Theo Vanderitz and William Gillis, the amazing cinematographer, Adam Singodia, production designer, Stephen Harper, and editor, Una Batroli, composer, Natalia Struprick, and sound designer, Yin Lee. And then a special thanks to the two main cast of the film who made this whole film what it is, which is Bartley Burke, who plays the dad, and Anna Munden, the central main character, who just did an amazing job.
Well, I think you are our first Danish award winner at Ashland. Thank you for sending us your film and being a part of this year's festival. Congratulations
Thank you
again.
so much. Thank you. Much appreciated.
Now, the Audience Award for Best Documentary Short. The votes are in, and the winner is This Is the Way We Rise. We have Kiara Lacey here with us. Congratulations, Kiara. Is there anything you'd like to say?
Aloha, thank you. Thank you to the good people and audience at Ashland International Film Festival. I'm beyond grateful on behalf of myself, my team, and my community for this honor. It means a lot as somebody who lives both in Portland and in Hawaii. So I'm itinerant and I guess maybe bi-coastal if you want to use that phrase. But to know that this story from one of my two homes resonates with the other one, I think is particularly meaningful. So thank you, everyone.
Kiara, Jamaica Osorio was such an exciting discovery for me through your film. How did you first encounter her?
Oh, Jamaica has powerful words, and I have been following her on Instagram, which I recommend to everybody. Jamaica Osorio on Instagram. What I connected with first about what she offers in that space is just a way to understand and put into words how you feel about something. And it's not necessarily that you have to be in 100% alignment with how she thinks, but she has such an incredible way of putting in a situation into words that you might not have figured out how to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what drew me to her first.
Well, thank you for sharing your film with the Ashland audience, and we would love to bring you to Ashland live and in person at a future festival, Kiara.
I better make another movie.
Better. Thanks again.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you. Aloha.
So now we have the award from the audience for Best Documentary Feature. And this one was a real squeaker, Erica. We had a very close vote. What came in as the runner-up was Los Hermanos, the Brothers, with an average rating of 93.65 out of 100. But the film that took the award with an incredible average viewer rating of 94.43 is American Gadfly, directed by Skye Wallen. Congratulations, Skye.
Thank you so much. I'm very thankful and humbled. I appreciate it.
Anything you'd like to say about receiving the award, Skye?
Certainly. There's so many people to thank. First of all, Ashland, for this opportunity. This has been quite an experience and so much talent, such a great curation of work. I want to thank certainly the Gravel family, Mike and Whitney Gravel, who are the heart and driving force of the film and of an inspiration for so many people. The Gravel Institute boys, David, Henry, and Eli, and everybody else who worked on the campaign who allowed me access and opened up their lives for documentarian scrutiny, which is not the easiest thing. The legions of supporters online. I don't know exactly who you all are. I know some of your screen names, but thank you so much for everything you've done to help boost the film, boost the Institute, and help spread Mike's legacy that is so important. With regard to the film itself, my producer, Jeff Hammer, fearless, awesome, made sure I didn't screw anything up, very patient with me. So thank you, Jeff, and Coley, his wife, who's very patient with his late night phone calls. I appreciate you. My family, thank you. You know, you've been my heart and rock at times when I didn't even believe in myself. So thank you all for all your support and endless. Yeah, and I just thank you, Ashland, and everyone who watched the movie. And we are excited for the next steps. And thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Well, thank you, Skye, for giving Ashland the world premiere of your wonderful film, and congratulations again.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And for our audience award for best narrative feature, the votes are in and the winner is A Cottage for Bernie Madoff. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Why don't you all introduce yourselves?
I'm Alicia J. Rose, the director and editor of A Cottage for Bernie Madoff.
And I'm Alicia Jo Rabins, the creator and star of A Cottage for Bernie Madoff.
And I'm Lara Cuddy, the producer of A Cottage for Bernie Madoff.
It's great to have you all back for this. Congratulations again. Alicia, Rose, are there people you'd like to thank?
Yes, well, thank you so much to the Ashland Independent Film Festival for having us. This was only our second screening, and a real thrill to be a part of a festival that, as Oregonians, I've lived in Portland for over 20 years. As Oregonians, we are just such big fans of. So thank you to Ashland for hosting us. Thank you to the audience for voting and caring and loving our film. Thank you to our cast and crew. So many incredible people, our animator, Zach Margolis, choreographer, Tani Holt, my main collaborators, Alicia Jo Ravens and Lara Cuddy. We are a dynamic trio, and we made this happen in a very crazy way for very limited resources, and we made something that does justice to the story that was lived by Alicia Jo Ravens, and a story that makes me excited to share with people, to help us cope with the moment we're in and to help us find some healing within art itself. So thank you guys for recognizing a film that takes some obvious chances. And as I was editing it, I thought maybe I was crazy or onto something. So now I feel like I'm onto something. We're onto something. So thank you again.
I want to thank my collaborators, Alicia Rose, or A-Ro as I call her, and Lara Cuddy so much. This is here because of you. I began this piece as a one-woman chamber rock opera, an unlikely project back in New York in 2010, which premiered in 2012. And it's had so many iterations since then. I never dreamed that it might become a film. And that was really Alicia Rose's idea. And so I owe this all to her, as well as Richard, who had something to do with that idea. And along the way of the development of this piece, I have had endless support from my husband, Aaron Hartman, and along the way we had two kids. So Sylvia and Elijah also dealt with a lot of my being out doing art at night. And then in New York, Lower Manhattan Cultural Council, which has the residency that's described in this film, is just such an important supporter of the arts and made it possible. But then I moved to Portland, and the stage version was further developed by Ruth Wickler with Boom Arts, and that's what really brought it into closer to its current form with Zach Margolis' beautiful animation. And I'm really grateful for Colette Alexander and David Freeman, my musical collaborators since the beginning. And then as I learned in this, my first film, it's quite an expensive medium to work in. And so I'm just endlessly grateful to all of our funders, from our crowdfunders to our anonymous major funder to our friends and family who just chipped in so many ways to make it possible, as well as our artistic collaborators who just poured their heart and soul into this project. I'm incredibly grateful.
Yeah, just hats off to my main collaborators, Alicia Rose and Alicia Jo. Thank you, thank you. I am so blessed to have been invited into this project to collaborate with you guys and to team up and put our brains together to figure out how to bring this project to fruition. And then I just also want to reiterate the thanks to our cast and crew, all of our funders, all of our collaborators, our vendors, our locations, our friends and family, everybody who contributed or participated or followed or connected us with other resources. You are all makers of this film with us, and you share in this award with us as well. Also a huge thank you to the Ashland Independent Film Festival, the programmers, the board, the members, the people who watched and the people who voted. Again, it's such an honor to have participated, but to to have the feeling and to have validation that people are responding to, and this film is resonating with them at a level that they want to recognize publicly is a huge blessing and an honor for us.
Thank you so much.
Well, having seen and loved the stage performance, as Alicia Joe knows, seeing it translated to cinema so imaginatively and creatively has just been a thrill. To see it recognized by our audience, an even bigger thrill. So congratulations again to you all for this award.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So Erica, I can't believe we're nearly at the end of our virtual festival. But I want to remind people, if they're watching this on Thursday, April 29th, you still have until midnight to see our last 3 films, including the Northwest premiere of Lily Topples the World. That's the film about the amazing domino artist, Lily Hevish. And if you stick around until the end of the program, we have a sample of what Lily can do, an exclusive domino art creation with the AIFF logo that Lily Hevish produced for our 20th anniversary.
And it's the end of just part 1 of our 20th anniversary festival. We can't wait to bring to everybody part 2 of AIFF 2021. Don't forget, we have screenings live and outdoors June 24th through 28th. We're going to be here in Ashland at the Science Works Museum and at Walkabout Brewery in Medford with some live outdoor screenings. They're sold out right now, but our fingers are crossed that restrictions are start to open up a little more closer to that time and we can release more tickets. So make sure you're on the newsletter and keeping up to date as those tickets get released. And also over the next month, a month and a half, we will be slowly rolling out some very exciting announcements about other entertainment at those events, some live music and things to look forward to at those live screenings.
So now, as we're coming to the end of the program, I want to thank those of you all the people who made this awards night happen, most especially Jason Weinkoop, who directed and edited the program, the people at the Digital Media Center at SOU, the wonderful staff there that provided studio services, Candace Turtle, our membership manager, who joined me at the beginning of this program, and of course, Jonathan Luke Stevens, the Tramp. Jonathan's played many roles for us in our last few opening night bash and awards night shows. Jonathan, you're fantastic. Thank you so much for being a part of AIFF. And finally, want to thank the jurors and all the filmmakers who were involved in this year's festival and in selecting the award winners. Again, every film that made it into the festival this year is an official selection of AIFF and is an award winner as far as I'm concerned.
We also want to thank everybody that helped to make this festival happen as a whole, from all of the screeners and programmers who help us select the film, to our wonderful board of directors who supported us throughout the season, our incredible staff, our team internally at AIFF that has helped us pull this off, Candace, Lisa, Paige, Susanna, Susan, our interns, Sophia. We want to thank all of you for everything you've done. Chloe, our programming and hospitality coordinator, Heather, our communications person. We just couldn't have done it without every single one of you supporting us along the way. I want to thank my co-director, Richard, for leading us through this season and for putting together a fabulous program. It's been quite a team effort to pull off this virtual festival and the live events. And we're looking really forward to sharing that with you.
Okay, and thank you, Erica. We've been working together for 4 years on putting this festival together, and I love working with you. And this year has been an amazing experience. So, just to now end the program, I want to bring back and thank our musical performers, Jeff Pivar, Inger Nova Jorgensen, and Phoenix Sigalov. They're going to come out now to close out the night, and thank you all for joining us.
Oh, this is so much fun tonight. We are Jeff Pivar and Inger Nova. You can find us out there on all the social media craziness. And we just want to congratulate all the filmmakers tonight. It's just super exciting. The films have been incredible. And this next song is just a good old-fashioned party song.
Yes, it is. And in fact, the man who wrote this song, Stephen Stills, I had a chance to perform with him, with Crosby, Stills and Nash for a number of years. So it's certainly near and dear to my heart. But I want to thank Phoenix Sigalov for doing such a great job with us tonight, and Inger Nova Jorgensen. And you should definitely check out ingernovajorgensen.com to see Inger's sculptures and artwork. It's just ridiculous and amazing. Pivar.com. We have a lot of music out there. So anyway,
We
thanks.
also are doing a lot of live streams, and we have Darren Field with us tonight, who's doing all this incredible film and video. You may all appreciate that since you are film appreciators.
That's right.
And he's Good Times Productions, and we just want to give a hand to him tonight because he's been
Yeah.
amazing. And our live streams are all, you can watch them at newbohemialive.com.
Yeah. And so this next song, we had our dear friend Cornflower, who did the opening night with us, and he's doing vocal percussion on the song by Stephen Stills, Love the One You're With.
If you're down and confused and you don't remember who you're talking to, concentration, it slips away, 'cause your baby is so far away.
Well,
There's a rose, a fisted glove, and the eagle flies with the dove. And if you can't be the one you love, honey, love the one you're with. Love the one you're with. Love the one you're with. Love the one you're with.
Well, don't be angry, don't be sad, don't sit crying about the good times you had. There's a girl right next to you, and she's just waiting for something to do.
Well, there's a rose, a fisted glove, and the eagle flies with the dove. And if you can't be the one you love, honey, love the one you're with. Love the one you're with. Love the one you're with. Love the one you're with.
Turn your heartache right into joy. Well, she's a girl and you're a boy. We'll get it together, make it right. We ain't gonna need any more advice. And there's a road
eagle flies with the dove. And if you can't be the one you love, honey, love the one you with. Love the one you with. Love the one you with.